What's going on, RNG fans? We're back with another RNG recruit interview. This time with us, we have got a big boy, one of the big boys, one of the trench bullies in the 2024 class, who I believe ranking should be continued to climb higher and higher and higher, especially as he continues to adapt to the game in the United States. Can't wait to bring him on here. Here he is to introduce himself, guys.
Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Mortiz Schmoranzer, also called Schmo by most people, and I'm from Germany.
What high school are you currently going to?
I'm going to North Cross High School in Roanoke, Virginia.
Okay. And like you said, your home country, Germany, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay, so I want to start off with, and I could start off with most interviews. What's your current height and weight?
6'4", probably a little bit over that, and probably a little bit over to 180 pounds.
Okay. So playing football overseas, man, talk to me about it. You know, where did you find the love to play football in the country of Germany?
Um, I mean, I just randomly found football through a friend of mine. I think I watched like a Super Bowl on TV.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started playing flag football in Erlangen for the Erlangen Sharks. And I mean, they just it was flag football, and started when I was 13. And I mean, they're just like the coaching staff, like they just showed me the love about football. It wasn't like all about winning. I mean, we won probably every game, but like they just showed me the love about football. And then I think you're not allowed to play tackle football in Germany
Oh, I know that.
unless you're 15 and a half. And I don't want to talk bad about my program, but my former program, but we didn't play like the highest level, I would say, and it was I think 9-man football.
Yeah.
So it wasn't you can't really consider that tackle football. So right before I came to the States, the summer before, I transferred to the Nuremberg Rams, where they were a little bit more competitive, and I practiced with them, and then I really started playing football when I came here, August 2021.
Now, were you discovered by a scout that kind of told you, "Hey, man, you should get to the U.S.," or was it a choice that you and your family made?
Now I mean, I made a Twitter account and I put like I think a few videos of me running routes. Like I was a receiver back then. I
Oh,
was
wow.
I was running routes, and just like combine stuff like broad jump and shuttle and 40-yard dash. And then a guy randomly hit me up, and he was like, "I think high schools would be interested in you because of your size." And I was like 6'3", 6'4", like 180 at that point. And I mean, then he got me. He's from the organization called Gridiron Imports,
Mhm.
which brings it's like one of two major organizations in Europe that brings European players to the US to play football.
Gotcha.
And he got me in contact with the co-founder, Chris Adamson, and then from then on, I had a few Zoom calls, and then he got me in contact with North Cross, and I mean, the rest is kind of history.
You know, when you first getting over here to the States and stuff, and you're getting to your first practice, you know, getting your gear on,
Yeah,
getting everything ready to go. What was that like for you?
I mean, when I graduated in Germany,
Mm-hmm.
10th grade, and all of my friends had summer break, and I think 2 days after the day after graduation, I was already on the plane coming over here.
Mm-hmm.
And when I walked out of the airport, this wave of heat hits me. Like it was like 7 p.m. and I was like, "Oh Lord, this is gonna be fun." And then I had practice the next day. And I mean, I would say I'm fortunate enough to not being used to be like the European standard of football, because the biggest difference is just like the speed of the game.
Yeah.
I mean, when I came here, I had like a few of the other guys that came with me from Europe or other countries. They struggled with that, But I mean, I just got thrown into the water with it, and I just like went with it.
So then you started playing, like you said, flag football first,
Mm,
and that
yes,
was a
sir.
how long ago did that start?
Uh, 5 years ago now, when I was 13. Then tackle football with like 15 and a half. And then when I turned 16, which was January 2021, I was transferring to that other team so I could practice more competitive. And by that point, at like March or something, I knew I'm gonna go to the States, and I was just practicing with them, like no games. I I had I had no game tape, like nothing to show any like coaches here in America. I
Yeah.
just had like practice videos, my videos I made myself, and I mean I was fortunate enough to get that like offer from North Cross to come here and play.
So how has that been for you in recruiting then, you know? I mean, it's a totally different world. Like,
Yeah.
what's it been like for you? How are you operating it?
I mean, when I got here sophomore year, I graduated in Germany. Um, I mean, the goal for me was to play college football. I didn't know what level at that point
Yeah.
because I came over as a receiver, as I said, and then I quickly I realized that that wasn't probably the best option for me to continue my football path with and that. Then I played more and more outside linebacker, and my defensive coordinator and linebackers coach, I mean, he played at Virginia
Oh,
and
okay.
played in the league, so he had a lot of experience. And I mean, he took me under his wing, kind of. Um, Shannon Taylor, and I mean, he tried getting me to like where he was, but then after my sophomore season, I was at like 225, already gained like 50 pounds, and I mean, the coaches at that point, they were like, my head coach told me, he was like, if you want to play college football, you're gonna be a lineman. And then I had a roommate who went to Virginia Tech. He's already there. He was a senior and I was a junior. I was a sophomore, and he had like Virginia Tech coming work out with him and Wake Forest. And those coaches, they looked at me and they were like, "That's what a future Division One lineman looked like." And I was like, I mean, might give it a try at least. And then I gained like 15 pounds over the summer, and I was like 240 starting my junior season, and then like 250 by the end of it.
Yeah.
And then the game tape I had from those games was fortunately good enough to impress college coaches. And then I got my first offer by ODU on the 1st of February, um, which was also very surprising for me because after Christmas break, I had to stay in Germany to have surgery done, which kept me in Germany for like 2 more months,
Oh,
and I
man.
lost a lot of weight. And then 2 days after surgery, I got that call, and I was pretty happy about that. And then from then on, I just like they just stacked, and it just went better and better from then on.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Getting the offer from the University of Miami, was that something that surprised you?
Oh yeah, I mean, Coach Mirabel, I think he followed me back on Sunday evening or Monday morning. And then we had a call on Monday, and he offered me, and we were already talking about setting up an official visit for the week. And I mean, it was very surprising to me, and I mean, I feel very blessed to get that because like the picture I had of Miami in my head was just very like positive, and I mean, the culture behind it, the 2001 team, that era was just different, and I like that.
Man, that some incredible football played back then by the Hurricanes, that's for
Hmm.
sure. And we're trying to get back to that.
Yep.
So, you getting a chance to talk with Mirabal, I mean, he's this little 5 foot
Yeah.
four,
Yeah,
ball of fire.
that surprised me a lot. It surprised me a lot. He's not the
Yeah.
typical online coach,
No, but I
but
mean,
he
what's it
is.
like though talking with him? What's his energy like? I mean, I've
Oh,
heard he's always got energy.
yes, his energy is crazy. I mean, for the little guy he is, he probably has as much energy as I don't know, like 300-pound guys. I mean, that man, I mean, he's smart. He is very smart, and he knows
Yes.
how to teach. I mean, the things I just learned from him in like 30, 40 minutes was just crazy.
Having a head coach who, Mario Cristobal, who's also an offensive line coach himself, does that have any appeal to you?
Yeah, I mean, definitely, if the head coach played the position you're gonna play in college, I mean, on the game tape, I saw that Coach Merble showed me the Coach Cristobal. He was on there as well, so he teaches the O line, which makes four coaches for the O line, and I mean, it just helps you with having eyes everywhere and getting taught.
It shows you how much they've invested into getting that unit correct.
Yep. I mean, he told me that. I mean, I think when he went to Oregon or Alabama, the first thing they were working on was the O line and D line,
Yeah,
and I mean, that's just I like the emphasis on that.
yeah. Every team that's having success right now, I mean, you got to build in the trenches somehow. You
Yep.
got to get some kind of protection for your quarterback. It just has to happen.
Yep.
So, speaking of all this stuff, Schmo, what are the factors for you in choosing a college? What are the main things for you? Relationships, development. What is it for you?
I would say the biggest one is, my family being back in Germany. Shout out to my mom at that point. Um, I mean, the football team is gonna be my family, so that's the biggest one.
Yeah.
And the other one is development. I mean, not only as a player, but also as a person.
Yes.
Uh, Maturing and all that. I mean, college is gonna be hard, no matter like not only physical, but very like mentally.
So, what schools have been showing you the most love?
I would say Miami, West Virginia, and Pitt and Virginia Tech.
Okay. Okay. Now, what about the fan bases for the teams? What fan bases have been kind of wild on social media for you?
I mean, on social media, I gotta give it to the Canes. The Canes, and then behind them, it's like a battle between Tech and West Virginia.
And Canes fans have a lot of pride in being loud and proud on social
Yep.
media. We want recruits to
I
know
can see
that
that.
we want you at the U.
Hmm.
So, do you have any or it's not do you have any here in the future, but so far this off season, as far as camps, visits, what have you
Hmm.
done so far this off season?
I mean, I tried to go to some camps, but I didn't have the time at all. And I've taken an official visit to Virginia Tech this month, the very beginning of this month. Then West Virginia, then Miami last weekend, and now I'm going to Pitt this weekend. And then
Okay.
after that, I'll probably make my decision at the end of this month.
Oh, at the end of the month, huh?
Hmm.
Okay. All right. All right. That's something for fans to be thinking about there. Now, are you working with any trainers in the U.S. or are you just working with your
Yeah.
coaches?
I'm working with my coaches, but also trainers. I have our defensive coordinator, Shannon Taylor. He has like a plyometric workout group for like the whole like town valley that he does twice a week. Then we have lifting with the team 4 times a week. Um, then I have like an offensive line kind of specific trainer, and I got physical therapy to just like regenerate my body and strengthen my joints and knees and all that.
So this off season, where do you feel you've made the most progress? You're always wanting to continue to grow as a player, not just physically, but with technique as well. Where do you
Yeah.
think you took that next step this off season in development?
I mean, probably my weight again. I mean, I gained 30 pounds since season, but also my footwork and just like going to all these like different colleges, you learn from the coaches what they like. Every coach has their own way of teaching something, but at some point they overlap. so you see what like is the right way. You mean how to do a reach block the right way, how to double team the right way, and I mean I just like going to the next season. I have probably more ideas of how to block somebody, but I also got stronger, which is pretty amazing to myself. I probably got faster since last season as well, with like almost like 50 pounds more.
Man, that's impressive. That's very impressive. So you
Yeah.
really been working on your body overall this off season.
Yeah, I mean, I've been running track last season, this season, last year and this year. And I mean, last year I ran the 100 at 225. I think my time was like a 13.7. And then this year I ran it again at like 275 and I had like a 13 flat.
Very
And
that's
yeah,
impressive, man. Very good.
yeah.
You're
That's
putting in,
probably
you're
yeah, that's
putting
probably
in
what helps me
work.
the most. Yeah.
You are putting in work, Schmo.
Yeah.
Seriously, bro. A lot of work.
Yeah, that's what coaches tell me. They like my speed and like my feet and all that.
When you were in Germany and you were, starting this process of playing football and starting to take it seriously in your mind, truly considering
Hmm.
about coming over to the United States, were there any colleges that you were already a fan of or NFL teams or anything like that that you were looking up to?
I mean, NFL teams, the Minnesota Vikings,
Okay, you're a Vikings fan?
and yeah, and I mean, college wise, I didn't really have like any idea about that until like end of my sophomore year. I mean, I didn't really get into that until then, and I had no idea about that.
At this point in the interview, what I like to do is I like to give guys a chance to give a shout out, to family, friends,
Thank you.
trainers, anybody who's helped you along the way in football. Just show them some love.
I mean, I've had a lot. I mean, the biggest support is from my parents, Klaus and Andrea. I mean, they have been supporting in every way possible. Coming over to the States for visits, taking their time during season, coming over and visit me and watch me play. And I mean, they've like from the day I got that message coming over, they've been the biggest supporters in every way. Then my brother, I mean, he kept me focused because he's more of the brains in the family. So we have like a battle who's gonna like graduate first, who's gonna have the better degree and everything. And then definitely all of my coaches. I mean, starting with um, my flag coaches in Erlangen, who showed me the love and football and kept that with me. Then I mean, when I came here, I had a few guys that took me under their wing. Aaron Jones, the whole Jones family, which I'm staying at here right now. Like I'm sitting in their basement. Brad Jones, who's been a good friend and mentor to me, and I mean he has showed me a lot as a person and as a coach, taught me a lot. Then Shannon Taylor, our defensive coordinator. I mean, he really tried making me into like a linebacker. I had the same build as him, but I didn't have the same athletic abilities. Then my former head coach now, Steven Alexander, and I mean all of my coaches. They're just like they helped me a lot along the way, getting recruited and talking to coaches and everything. I mean it's been amazing. And all of my friends. I mean the friends I made here and also back home in Germany. I mean they have supported me in every possible way.
It's a good list, man. That's a good
Yeah,
list.
that's a big one.
So how can the fans find you on social media? Your IG, Twitter. What are your accounts?
My Instagram is schmo_71, and my Twitter is a little bit more difficult. It's Moritz Schmoran1. I mean, I probably gotta I could probably have to type you that. It's a little bit hard.
It's all good. It's all good. Usually, uh, if you get it within like some kind of close, area, Twitter will try to tie
Yeah, I
it in.
mean, I think if they just look up Schmo_71, they'll find me. Or just Schmo.
Yeah, I was gonna say that or Moritz offer from
Yeah,
Miami. They'll
yeah,
find you.
yeah,
I'm just trying to make it easy.
yeah.
All right, man. Well, I just got one last question for you here, man. It's the question I ask everybody that I bring onto the show, every recruit, every player, and they all get, coaches, they all get the same
Yeah.
question, man. Why do you love the game of football?
It's just being able to play physical, and it's just like the whole culture behind it and around it. I mean, me coming from Germany, I didn't know like the culture it is, like how big of an impact it has on lives in America. I mean, it just fascinated me, and just like the game itself is just fascinating for me.
Have you enjoyed the brotherhood aspect of it? Playing with the team
Oh
and
yeah,
learning how to move forward together as a unit.
yes, yes. I mean, not only that with like my own team, but just like connecting with other players. Like in the whole city of Roanoke, I have so many friends at other teams, and it's just crazy. Like if I go to like, because our games are mostly on a Saturday because we don't have lights, and then I can go to Saturday, Friday night light games. And I mean, if I go to games, like there are people that know me, players that know me, and I just love having like you can go to a game and you have like friends there.
That's cool, man. That's real cool. Is that before I let you go here, is that a Miami wristband on your arm?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it is.
I thought I saw that. Yeah, I thought so. I thought so. I just had to point that out.
Yeah, of course.
Well, Schmo, man, I really, really appreciate you taking the time to jump on here, let Canes fans get a little more familiar with you, man. And I definitely want to stay in contact with you. And like
Definitely.
like you're saying, I mean, looking towards the end of this month, that you're considering. Are you talking about the end of like the month that we're in right now, June
Yeah.
or July?
Probably in like 10 days. Yeah.
Okay, all right. You guys have heard it from the man himself. From the man himself, Schmo says it in about 10 days. We will go with
Yep.
that. Well,
Yep.
Schmo, man, thank you so much once again for joining us for RNG recruit interview, man. I had a blast interviewing you. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you. I appreciate it a lot.
No problem, man. Like I said, we'll stay in contact, and
Yes, sir.
yeah, we'll talk soon, man. Have
Yes,
yourself a
sir.
good night.
Thank you. You too.
All right, guys, that was interior offensive lineman. Some say offensive tackle. I've seen him listed at both. That's Schmo. I am not gonna murder this guy's name. Moritz Schmo. That's as far as I'm going to go just because I'm afraid that I will murder his last name, and I'm just not going to do it to that guy. I respect him far too much. So Schmo, he made it easy on me, and I appreciate that from him. Genuinely do. You guys be on the lookout for this player. This is a serious, serious offensive lineman talent, and at the end of the month, he's going to be making that choice. So once again, thank you for joining us for another RNG recruit breakdown. I had a blast interviewing Schmo. He was just a fantastic guy. I can't wait to see what his future holds, honestly. I can't wait. You guys have yourself a great night, and we'll talk to you soon.